My upstairs neighbor flooded my apartment on purpose and laughed while my father's letters turned to pulp, so I made him afraid to close his own eyes. Deacon thought other people's misery was a spectator sport. He'd blast his subwoofer at 2 a.m. and film the old woman below him banging on her ceiling. He mocked the guy in 4C who stuttered. When the building held a tenants meeting about noise, Deacon showed up, put his boots on the table, and dared anyone to file a complaint. His cousin managed the property, so every ticket vanished before it reached the owner. Once he realized nobody could touch him, it got worse. He started a leak list, a running joke where he'd time how long it took people below him to notice water coming through their ceilings. He'd overflow his tub on purpose, then lean over the balcony and watch the panic downstairs. The couple in 2A moved out after their baby's nursery got soaked. Deacon posted the clip with a laughing caption. Anyone who complained got the treatment. He'd call them a bigot, threaten to sue for harassment, name drop his cousin. Then that night, water would come through their light fixtures like clockwork. My apartment was directly under his. I'd inherited one thing that mattered, a shoebox of letters my father wrote to my mother during the 2 years he worked overseas before I was born. He died when I was 9. My mother gave me the box the week before she went into hospice. Deacon knew about it. I'd been stupid enough to mention it in the laundry room once when I still thought he was just loud, not cruel. He called it hoarder junk. One Saturday, I came home to my ceiling raining, not dripping, pouring. His tub was running full blast, and the overflow had found the exact corner where my bookshelf stood. The shoebox was on the bottom shelf. By the time I got the lid off, 40 years of my father's handwriting had turned to gray mush in my hands, ink running off the page like it was trying to escape. I ran upstairs pounding on his door begging him to shut the water off. He opened it, holding his phone, already filming. He looked at me crying in his doorway and said, "This is gold." His water was still running behind him. He checked the timer on his screen and told me I'd taken longer to notice than the last guy. The building's maintenance man said without proof it was intentional, it was just an accident. The cousin made sure of that. Deacon told the hallway I should have kept my sob story papers somewhere safer. That's what real men do. I dried what I could between paper towels. Most of it was gone. Then I spent a while thinking. Deacon posted constantly about being untouchable, about how this was his building and everyone else was just renting space in his world. He thought being feared was the same as being safe. I decided to teach him the difference. He had one real terror, and everyone knew it: bedbugs. His last apartment had them, and he told the story constantly, how he'd thrown out every stick of furniture, how he still couldn't sleep. The man who flooded families for fun couldn't handle an itch. I didn't need to touch him. I just needed his own imagination. Week 1, I left a folded pest control notice in the lobby mailboxes. The generic kind, possible infestation reported, inspection pending. His name wasn't on it. It didn't need to be. He asked everyone in the hall about it for 3 days. Week 2, I started leaving tiny dark specks, poppy seeds, ground pepper, along the baseboard of the shared hallway outside his door, right where he'd see them stepping out. He got down on his knees with his phone flashlight examining the carpet. His girlfriend started sleeping at her sister's. Week 3, I taped a small piece of double-sided tape under the hallway light so a dead gnat stuck there at eye level. He found it. I heard him tell the maintenance man his skin had been crawling all night. Every itch he'd ever laughed at, he now felt on himself. At 3 a.m. week 4, an anonymous printed slip under his door. Unit reported for infestation. Neighboring units notified. Fumigation may require full furniture disposal. He threw out his mattress that weekend. I watched it go down to the dumpster from my window. He couldn't sleep. He kept his lights on all night. His subwoofer went silent because he was too busy inspecting his own arms. The girlfriend left for good. The building got quiet for the first time in 2 years. By week 6, he'd broken his lease and moved out, telling anyone who'd listen the place was crawling, and management was covering it up. I never touched a thing that was his. I keep one letter now, the only page that survived, in a frame on my wall. My father's handwriting, half of it washed away, still readable at the top. Home soon. Keep the light on for me. I do.